So this is the last full day in New York. 2 meetings later on, just quick catch-ups, and then flying out tomorrow. So today a little bit more Tommy tourist stuff. Johan's never been to the US or to New York, so he's let me show him around a bit. I came out here yesterday for a run. I found this. I've never been here. It's called Dumbo, down under Manhattan Bridge overpass, and sunrise behind me is pretty sick, and then you've got the bridge on this side leading into downtown. Absolutely amazing. New York is a place for me. It kind of makes you feel big and small at the same time. It makes me small because you realize, holy shit, man, look what's out there. And it makes you feel big because there's still that belief that anything's possible. If you look at the people in here, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the day, but amazing place. The whole trip's been great. Boston for a few days, presentations and people there. Chicago, same thing. And then New York now to wrap it up. Look at the colors behind me. It's amazing. But yeah, so not sure what this video is going to be all about. We'll talk about it through the day. Just going to share some of the day with you. Oh, I wanted to do a little bit of the life lessons from New York. Like, I've done life lessons from Safari, so might work it in here. One of the things I did think about is if you're in the middle of that, like if you're in there, it feels like everything's overwhelming, everything's huge, like you mean nothing. You're never going to be able to manage things because there's just fucking people everywhere. But when you step away from it, it's actually quite pretty. Get it? Sometimes when you're in something, it's hard and difficult because it's so big and overwhelming. When you step away from it, it's not that bad. Anyway, I'm going to walk to some pictures and let's see how the day goes. Okay, so walked across the Brooklyn Bridge there, beautiful sunrise. The one thing noticed now is, like, I have these moments when I'm out on a trip where I'm sitting in the Mara and I have to remind myself how awesome it is. It's very easy to get blasé about these things, right? And maybe this next life lesson we talk about here is how sometimes you're going to look up and just realize, hey, shit, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Because that goes for me in the Mara. All the guys who host these trips often, we very easily forget the privilege. And I think a lot of people here, and you can fucking spot the tourists here, man. See the guys who are literally just walking because they live here versus taking pictures and stuff. But it seems to me that the people who live here, and I've seen this in many cities as well, anyway, even in South Africa, people just drop their head and they're here. Sometimes you got to stop and look up a bit. You got to stop and look up and just appreciate. Remember the equation. It's a real thing now. Happiness equals agency plus gratitude. We'll talk about agency later, but the gratitude side of it is if you appreciate where you're at, it makes a big difference. I read books a couple of years ago. I bought 2. The first one was a collection of short stories of people, artists, creatives, movie authors and stuff. And they tell the stories as to why they moved to New York, what it was that drew them in. And then the other book was some of the same people, but others as well, wrote about what it was that made them leave. And I think there's beauty in both of those. So, life lesson, look up sometimes and try to appreciate what you have and where you are. Right, carrying on. Okay, so I've done this a couple of times before. The 9/11 Memorial. This is where one of the buildings stood. It's one of the foundations. One World Trade, and then the other building base is just further up on the other side. But so Johan hasn't done this before, so we're gonna have a look at this. Another life lesson from New York while we wait for the place to open, though. in life, most of us care too much what other people think. And I think, to me, there are a few places in the world where people give as little fucks as in New York about what other people think of them. It's amazing. You can do whatever. You can be yourself. Nobody actually cares. And in the real world, it's the same. Nobody actually gives a shit. They don't. But we think people pay attention to us and we act accordingly. You need to do you. That's the most important thing. But anyway, I'm going to take some pictures around here and then do the memorial. We'll chat to you in a bit. Just finished the 9/11 memorial. It's very real. Yeah, it's a harsh reminder of what can happen in today's world, which is a shit show. Fuck, who knows? Very angry people on the road. Go to the hotel, quickly shower, one meeting, one pickup from a client, and then we carry on from there. More life lessons later on. For now though, life lesson, navigate traffic. Okay, heading to a quick meeting. Second last one for the trip, and then some more Tommy tourist stuff, making it all work together. Another lesson from New York. Everybody is not the same, and that's okay. I just saw a gentleman walk his cat on a lead, and this cat was just walking along like a dog. And in my mind, I'm like, what the hell? That's pretty strange. But it's cool, that's him. We don't have to all be the same. How boring would the world be if we were all the same? So, lesson, it's okay if people are not like you and they do things that are different to you. I've got a meeting, bye. Okay, so one more meeting after this and then it's pretty much done. I just got to collect something to take back home for one of our clients. But it's a beautiful day in New York. I mean, it's absolutely stunning out there. What are the life lessons? I think maybe a life lesson as well from New York is we need to be kinder. There's the idea of not giving a fuck what people think about you is one thing, right? But at the same time, you can still care about people and be nice to people. That's also still a thing. So it's an interesting one here. It's balanced, but you don't have to care what people think. But if you have the opportunity to be nice and kind, you should. You really should. Some people, and I do this wherever I walk, I will always say hi to people. I make eye contact. And here, sometimes you make eye contact with someone, or you say hi, especially when you're jogging, and they will look at you as if you want to eat their children. No, I'm just being kind. I'm just saying hi. So it's an interesting dynamic. Anyway, I've got to walk about 2 blocks up towards 28th, 22nd somewhere, and then the day carries on from there. Work is done then, so almost there. It's been amazing. Okay, so meeting's done, all finished. Gonna now go on a quick boat to go look at the Statue of Liberty. It's I've done this before. Johan, first time, so we're gonna just might have a drink, go and check it out. And then lesson from this is sometimes you slow down and enjoy where you're at. And the same lessons are gonna come back later tonight. Oh, there's kids. Oh dear. Lesson, breathe. Anyway, heading out on the water soon. Pretty awesome to
that pole was well received in 1883 and was read out, but 3 years later with statue open.
when you go to places to focus on what's important there, do the Tommy tourist stuff.
6 years after that,
The more you know, the better it gets.
That no one can ignore or deny the sight of these boats.
Okay, so New York and this US trip is pretty much a wrap. It's been good. It's been amazing to have very good conversations with some people, with all the people, to present, to share passion, and do all those things. But one more lesson from New York coming up, life lesson from New York coming up. I have this tradition that for the last, oh my God, 5-6 years, every time I get to New York, I do this one thing. I don't know how it started, but it's a thing. This time, however, because of meetings, I didn't do the thing. So I'm about to do the thing on my last night with Johan, but yeah, there's a lesson in there, I suppose, as well. But for now, I am going to get ready for the thing, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so like I said, a bit of a tradition. It's not fine dining, and I don't care, but Shake Shack has been this little tradition. I don't know when it started, like I said, but these fries, this double cheeseburger, and this cookies and cream milkshake, I'm gonna now stuff into my face, and it's pretty good. So we'll wrap this one up later. Lesson in this, shit, what's the lesson in this? Sometimes you just gotta let go a little bit and just have fun with it. So anyway, I'm busy, I'll chat to you later. So yeah, it's all the carbs, it's all the bad things, but you know, once in a while you got to just do the things. I suppose all in all, the life lessons from New York is just about being human. I find that travel for me opens up. Someone's speaking very loudly on this side. It's about just being nice, being kind, not caring what people think, living in the moment, lifting your head up, don't look down all the time. Sometimes disconnect from the earphones, all those good things. So, yeah. Travel has a way to make you think bigger. And I think to me that's one of the cool things about New York. It makes you think, it makes you feel big and small at the same time. It makes you think out the box. It makes you want different things, think about different things, and that's good. It really is good. So, we've got to walk about 1 kilometer back to the hotel, and then pack, and then we go. So I'll chat to when I'm back in South Africa. It's been good.